I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. But I gotta say something. Oh, I gotta say something. Let's see if I'm aligned. Oi, wees mir. Oi, this day could not be worse. I just flew up from Boca Raton. I busted my fucking cunt getting these old ladies to go to the goddamn polls and vote for somebody other than Pat Buchanan, or in this case, Ralph Nader. And what good did it do me? We got this fucking asshole again. This fucking asshole. And I don't know what to say. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. My friend Gussie Iskowitz, she asked me today, she said, Madge, is there still hope? Is there hope, Madge? We need you, Madge, she said. We need your hope. And you know what I said? I said, Gussie, no. There ain't no hope left. You got nothing but your KY jelly and your crusty skin that flakes off in bed that your nurse thinks came off your body when it really did. That reminds me of a story. You know, when I was in the convalescent home after, well, quite a relapse on my diet pills that weren't working, and, well, I ended up 500 pounds overweight and addicted to diet pills. What was the point of this story? I forgot. Oh yeah. So I said, Gussie, no, so I was in this nursing home, you know, and it was terrible, and I could barely move because I'm 500 pounds overweight. The nurse comes into there, cleaning my bed. She says, ma'am, will you get off the bed? I said, fine. So I get off the bed, she cleans the bed, and she sees all these sort of white flakes on the bed, these rather disgusting looking flakes. And you see, what the nurse didn't seem to know is that the plaster man was in there fixing the plaster on the ceiling. So she said, what are all these flakes? I said, miss, I don't know what you're implying, but the plaster man was in here fixing the ceiling. You know what the nurse said? She said, Mrs. Weinstein, those came off of your body. And I said, the nerve of you, to say that those flakes came off of my body. My body. The nerve of her. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking to you. I guess I just wanted to feel pretty again. It's been terrible at the campaign. There's hardly any mirrors. There's not enough makeup. There's hardly any clothing at the flea market that's my size. Terrible. All their wasted time. And for what? You know, I really thought Kerry was going to win. I really did. I thought there's no way America can be this stupid twice. There's no way. But it happened. And now the Supreme Court is fucked. No more partial birth abortions for me. Well, of course, I'm postmenopausal anyway. But there wouldn't be any anyway, even if I wasn't postmenopausal. Because Rehnquist is about to kick the bucket. Bush is going to replace him and probably a few other Supreme Court justices with people that are going to... Well, you know this story. People tell me, Madge, you're preaching to the choir. You're preaching to the choir. Well, I'll tell you something. The choir needs to sing louder. So yeah, I'm going to preach to the fucking choir until the choir does some fucking good instead of singing all this crap. This hoopy-loopy little nice God is great bullshit, because it don't fucking work. So here's what I expect from you. Cut off the Republicans. Cut them off. The people in your life that are Republicans, unless you need them for your livelihood, unless you have to work with them. And even then, you should just be civil. Cut them out of your life. That friend of yours from across the street who borrows sugar, who you have to hold your tongue with every time she talks about her goddamn son in the goddamn soccer practice of this Goyish a cup shikes a cunt face whore. Kick her out. Say, excuse me, but I don't talk to bigots. I don't allow bigots into my house. And I don't allow warmongers in my house, and you're both of them. Now get out of my face, cunt, and slam the door. And don't even offer some of your homemade mandelbread. I am very angry. And the only way we're going to deal with this is by fighting with words, the Madge Weinstein way. I put on my makeup for this, to talk to you. I don't even know who you are if you're watching this. I don't know what's watching this. I don't know why the fuck I do this. You know what I should be doing? I should be getting eaten out. But I don't have... it's not going to happen. Let's just leave it at that. I don't need to go to the proverbial there, if you know what I'm saying. Ugh. You disgust me. I'm talking to the mirror, not you, gentle audience. Oh, I don't know what else to say. I don't know. I want to talk a little about my fundraising endeavors. I'm getting ready to embark on a revolutionary fundraising tour. You've heard of the AIDS ride, the breastathon, the 3-day breast walk, the walk for life, the life walk, the tuna walk, the muscular dystrophy bikeathon, the 50K, 40K. You've heard of all this. Well, I'm about to unveil something very, very significant and even more important than these breastathons. It's called, well, first of all, let me tell you that I'm going to address a disease that nobody seems to want to talk about. And nobody wants to cure, yet it affects 95% of all women at some point in their lifetimes. And the other 5% are usually lying. I'm talking about vaginal yeast. So I'm about to introduce the first annual Madge Weinstein the Madge Weinstein Yoga Against Yeast Yogathon 2004. Yes, that's right. Yogathon. We are going to do yoga exercises until there's a cure for vaginal yeast. And that's all I'm going to say for now. Because you've heard politicians say this and that about healthcare, and you know they don't mean a fucking thing about it. But you know what? Next time your congressman says to you, oh, so-and-so, why don't you help me? I'm going to vote for me because I'm going to, give you an extra aspirin a month or whatever. You say, you know what, that's very nice, and I'm glad you're doing something about healthcare. But what are you going to do about the oldest disease, as old as the oldest profession, vaginal yeast? Congressman, when you can cure vaginal yeast, then you will have my vote. And for that, we have the Madge Weinstein Yogathon. I only take 50% of the profits, not like these horrible other charities that rake you over the coals. And I promote you, and you get in shape with lots of nice yoga, and I have some special prizes. Anyway, I think I've talked enough. I'm not as angry as I thought I was. Well, I am, but I just don't know how to put it into words, you see? I guess I just needed somebody to talk to. I need somebody to listen. And sure, it sucks to know that Satan is running this country and he's about to ruin the world. But it's nice to know that almost half of us were right. We just didn't win. And you know what disgusts me? The fact that I know that most of those idiots that voted for Bush, and I know that they are idiots, most of them are going to live to regret it. And they're going to pretend they were duped, just like the fucking people in Nazi Germany. Oh, we was just following orders. Oh, we didn't know. Fuck you. You voted for Bush, then you're responsible for all the people dying in Iraq. 10,000 of them. Divide them up by however many of you assholes voted for Bush. Divide up those deaths. And you get your share. And you know what? When the draft comes, and it will with Bush. It will, because you know what? He has no regard for human life. And if you're too stupid to figure that out, then I think you should go fight in the war. And you go sit in a goddamn Jeep that doesn't have a bottom except for some plywood so you can get blown up because the president doesn't fucking give a shit about life. Culture of life. Bullshit. You know what a culture of life is? A culture of life is a goddamn yeast infection. That's all a culture of life is. And that's what he believes in. You see, let me tell you about these fucking Republicans. You know what they do? Their technique is very, very simple. They take the truth and they turn it around and claim the opposite. And for some reason, when they do that, people have a very hard time arguing against it. So you see, the next time you hear a Republican say something, I'm for this, turn it around and say the opposite. Culture of life means sewer of death. Now go read a fucking book, asshole.